Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. What a result that was. Absolutely banging performance for the boys. Absolutely brilliant to get a win at last, because I was starting to worry at one point that we was never going to get another win anytime soon. Especially against the old rivals, Manchester United. Not quite, obviously, the game it used to be in years gone by. We've both fallen giants from then, but boys, it feel good to get a win after so long and to get some points back on the board. Mega impressed with what Arteta's done since he's come in. I wasn't sure of him at first. I thought we needed a more experienced manager, but got to admit, he's done absolutely brilliant so far. He's got everybody fighting for that shirt, which is exactly what we all wanted, right? You know, people would understand if we lost, but when your team, your players just aren't even putting in any effort, you know, it's a minimum requirement, you know. Going to go to some player ratings. So we're going to start off with Bernd Leno. I actually don't think he had that much to do. You know, Man United, you know, in the second half they pressed us a bit, and you know, obviously tried to get some of the goals back, but the shots weren't that great, and I don't really think he had a lot to do. So I'm going to give Leno a 7. Not because of the fact I didn't think he was brilliant, just the fact that he didn't really have that much to do. You know, we was all over them for the majority of the match. Moving on to right back, Ainsley, Maitland-Niles. I think that right back position is much better for him than central midfield. I think he's going to struggle to make a central midfielder, but I thought he was brilliant last night. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I mean, he didn't give any of their wingers a chance. He was brilliant in the tackle. He worked his socks off. Absolutely brilliant. So I want him to really sort of kick on now and challenge Bellerin for that spot. Bellerin's always injured every so many games, and like I said in previous videos, he's not really reached the potential that everyone said he was. You know, I mean, he's been linked with a move to Barcelona. I wouldn't be bothered if he left. You know, I don't think Bellerin's done that great. So I'd really like to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles kick on now and really sort of establish himself as a right back. If you're new to this channel as well, make sure you stick a like on the video and make sure you subscribe, more importantly, to get all the emails through for fresh content from myself. Moving on, left back was Kolasinac. According to Arteta, he came up to him and said, "Look, boss, if you need me, I'm ready to play," which obviously Arteta appreciated. And, you know, we was back down to the bare bones, so I'm double glad he did. Again, brilliant. I don't know where these performances haven't been up till now. You know, I've also had Kolasinac down as a player who can't defend, which is, you know, why I wanted to get rid of him before. But he was absolutely brilliant last night, and I'm going to give him a 7. But I just want him to keep it up. He even got an assist for the first goal. So yeah, just hope he can really sort of be consistent from now on and keep doing that, because I've always worried about him defensively. Moving on to centre backs then. Going to move on to Socrates. Again, thought he was injured. You know, apparently he had concussion and he was out for at least another game. But came in and was the Socrates of last season. You know, he was pretty good last season, and he kind of lost his way in the first few months of this season. But again, he was the Socrates old, absolutely brilliant, and even got a goal in the end. So I'm going to give Socrates an 8. I thought he was absolutely brilliant last night. David Luiz. Another one of our players who divides opinion. Last couple of games against Man United and Chelsea, he's been awesome. You know, and again, you think, well, where's this David Luiz been all season? He's been a liability at times, but you know, last night he was absolutely fantastic. Playing the ball out, you know, spraying passes around, doing his defensive duties where he needed to be, tracking his runners, winning headers, getting his body in the way. It's exactly what we need for our defenders, you know. None of this sort of, you know, ducking out the way or turning your back or just being, you know, massively out of position. So I'm going to give David Luiz an 8 as well. On the wings, no, sorry, we're going to go for you know, defensive midfield first. Xhaka, I thought he's really upped his game since, you know, that whole incident last year. He's come back in the side. I personally thought he wasn't here. Well, I thought he was off to Hertha Berlin. But it seems like Arteta wants him to stay. And last night he was really good. You got to give it to him. If you're going to give out, the grief when they're not putting it in, not playing well, you got to give him credit as well when they are doing good. So I thought he was good last night. So I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was really good, and I'd like to see more of that from him. Again, just another player who, one good game and then you don't see him for another God knows how many. So he gets a 7 from me. I just want to see him be more consistent. Torreira, absolutely fantastic. I mean, literally 9 out of 10. The only reason why he didn't get a 10 was that shot just missed that post. That would have gone in and he'd have got that goal. He'd have got a 10. But absolutely brilliant, and it's amazing how you play the players in the right positions and, all of a sudden they start doing really well. I mean, Emery seemed to want to play him as like an attacking midfielder or a number 10 role or creative midfielder or something crazy like that. I don't know what he's on, but Torreira is a defensive midfielder. That's exactly why we bought him as well. It's exactly what we needed. Someone to marshal that defence. It's like I said in previous videos, it's okay blaming the defence, but if you've got a midfield that doesn't protect it and just runs everywhere, like Lee Dixon says, well, don't be surprised when they're letting goals then. Arteta's got them having a good sort of balance between, going at attack and then also sitting back. Or if we do go out attack, there's one, Xhaka or Torreira or Guendouzi, whoever's playing, just sitting back, just protecting that back four, which is exactly what we need. Pepe, absolutely brilliant, yeah. I was screaming for him to start the game, putting Reece Nelson in the last couple of games. I wasn't convinced by him. But Pepe actually got his final start, and again, it was absolutely brilliant. Luke Shaw was absolutely shit scared of him. So the others, he had so many step ups, step overs, and so much pace. You could tell, like, give it another few games where he gets his more confidence going, and he's just going to tear defenders apart because they're not going to know when he's going to step over, which way he's going to go. He's going to, do him for speed or skill. Really good, and it's really good to start seeing him producing now because I spent a lot of money on him, which I ideally should have gone on a brilliant centre back, but we bought Pepe, and just to see him sat on the bench, it's not the one. Especially when Reece Nelson, in my opinion, hasn't really done anything to justify him being in the team. Obviously, he's a young lad, but you've got a £72 million winger on there who was absolutely brilliant, one of the top wingers in Europe last year. So I don't understand why he's on the bench, but absolutely brilliant again last night, and again another player who I just hope can kick on. Okay, moving on to Mesut Ozil. Again, this is a player that I thought we should have got rid of a long time ago. He just hasn't lived up to the hype, hasn't lived up to expectations. Obviously, he was brilliant at Real Madrid, but then he had Cristiano Ronaldo to assist, so it probably wasn't hard. But again, was brilliant last night. Brilliant against Chelsea, and again, you're just sitting there thinking, where's this Mesut Ozil been the last 3 years? And he gets a lot of stick, but you're just like, well, if he puts these performances in, week in, week out, obviously he's going to have bad games now and again, but if he puts them in, week out, he wouldn't get the grief, and people would love Ozil. Again, absolutely brilliant. Pulled the strings, ran his socks off. I heard a stat that he retrieved the ball something like 10 times more than any other player. Wow, that is incredible. I mean, for Mesut Ozil, who just doesn't tackle, absolutely brilliant. One thing I will say as well is I love the fact that Arteta's got everyone giving 100%, commitment, which is exactly what we need. Aubameyang tracking back, Pepe tracking back, Ozil at least getting behind the ball or trying to win the ball back. It's exactly what we need, especially when you don't have a great defence. Every bit of that counts. So Mesut Ozil, I'm going to give an 8 for. Sorry, if I didn't give Pepe a rating, that was 9, sorry. I'm going to give Ozil an 8. And again, we'll see at Crystal Palace away what he produces there. Because that's going to be a big test now that we're away from the Emirates and see what happens. But another player hopefully can kick on now. Moving on to Aubameyang. Again, ran his socks off, really helps the team out by running back, tracking any fullbacks that were going forwards or in the wingers, so our fullbacks weren't exposed and just left 2-on-1. Obviously did everything he could in the forward play. There was one bit where he was kind of through on goal and he chose to pass and probably should have shot, and a bit of his decision making was a bit off in terms of like he shot when he probably should have passed and he passed when he should have shot, but that, it happens. I mean, the guy saved us so many times this season. His goals have been absolutely crucial. But all in all, I'm going to give the guy an 8. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I'm actually, for the first time in ages, a little bit optimistic. I'll be more optimistic after this January transfer window to see what, if we do any sort of business, because I feel we desperately need a defender, a centre back. Even if it's just someone to loan to the end of the season, but it's got to be someone good. I covered this in a previous video of January transfer targets. Go check that out if you haven't already. It's no good getting these guys that are on their last legs. They're past it. I understand getting, maybe a loan stopgap for 6 months to the summer, but try and get someone decent. Try not to get someone who's just past it. The Premier League is a very quick league and demands a league. So unless they're going to be up to it, what's the point? Okay, moving on then to Lacazette. Not had his shooting boots on recently. Obviously a brilliant striker. Not had his shooting boots on. He missed that turn where he spun Maguire and just kicked it wide, and I was absolutely gutted. He was like in 6 yards out. But in terms of work rate and winning the ball back and just holding the ball up was absolutely crucial for our team. When he's got defenders all over him and he's just trying to turn them or just hold it off so he can lay it off to one of our wingers or midfielders. And again, absolutely brilliant from him. The only thing missing is a couple of goals, which I'm sure will come if the confidence keeps building and we keep playing the way we are. But yeah, we just need to keep this up, just keep battling. So I'm going to give him an 8. Again, if he'd have scored a goal or two, probably would have been a 9 or 10. But yeah, let me know, by the way, down below in the comments what you think, what ratings you would give. Going on to the substitutes, we had Saka, who replaced Kolasinac. Again, I think Saka's been absolutely brilliant left back, actually. Really strong in a tackle, gets forward, gets back. Again, good, so good for a lad who's so young. I'm going to give him a 7. Probably would have given him longer, but he only had about half hour or so. I'm going to give him a 7. Moving on to Reece Nelson. See, I'm not sure about Reece Nelson. I know he's a young lad and stuff, but I just feel that he's not quite ready for Premier League football yet. Or not with us anyway. He should be loaned out. Just feel like every time he gets on the ball, he's not quite there yet. I know last season he had a good start at Hoffenheim and then it kind of slipped off a bit. I think he should be loaned out. I think he needs a year or so's experience, and hopefully he can come back and be hopefully a brilliant player for us. But I'm going to give him a 6. He didn't really do anything wrong, but didn't do that much. Obviously last night, obviously didn't have that much time either to impress. Last substitute, who was that? God, I can't even remember who the last substitute is, to be fair. Let's have a look. Guendouzi. So Guendouzi came on, I think, with 8 minutes to go. I'm actually quite a big fan of Guendouzi. I like the way he picks the ball up and he drives forward and stuff. And I think he's shown maturity beyond his years. Obviously, still only young, but the fact that he's been called up to the France squad a couple of times, albeit when someone's had been injured and had to pull out, but still, France are world champions at the moment. They've got an absolutely brilliant team and like huge strength in depth. And I really do think in a couple of years he's going to be some player. Hopefully, if we can keep hold of him and not do what we did in the last decade, where as soon as we get a decent player, we sell him off to somebody else. I'm praying those days are gone, because we should be. We're Arsenal. We're an elite club. We should be what Man City do, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea. And the top European teams. We didn't move to the Emirates to be, like a Valencia or a Napoli or something like that. No, we're supposed to be top. Or in and around there. So I'm hoping we can keep on to him. Again, didn't really have much chance. I'm going to give him a 6. But from what I did see for the time he was on, again, driving forward, and I just thought he was brilliant. I think he's going to be a real star for Arsenal in the next few years. So next game is Leeds in the FA Cup on Monday night. It's on BBC One. So if you don't have Sky Sports or BT Sport or Amazon Prime or anything crazy that it's on, you should be able to watch the game just on BBC One. We have recalled Nketiah from Leeds from loan because he wasn't really getting a game. I think the score of him is they're looking to maybe loan him out again, maybe to one of the Bristol clubs, because they were interested in him last summer. So obviously he won't be playing for them. He'd probably be in a cup tie anyway. So that's the next game on Monday, and then of course we've got Palace away after that on Saturday after. So for me, the Palace game is going to be a real interesting game. Obviously, we've had a couple of home games. We were unlucky against Chelsea where we should have won, or at least definitely drew. And then Manchester United, obviously, we played them off the park and absolutely hammered them. And I just think the away game, we're going to see if they've come forward now. You know, are we going to win, or are we going to go back to old ways, or you know, what's going to happen there? I'm going to be posting regular videos on here. So please do put a like on the video. Please share my content around. And most importantly, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I will see you soon. I'm not sure on the next video I'm going to do, but I will put it on my Instagram page to let you all know. So if you're not following me on Instagram yet, make sure you do. And until next time, laters.